Yeah, yeah. I was just on the phone making a phone call to the oncology over there. I noticed that the phone was ringing while I was on the phone, leaving a message. So I'm trying to work it both. Turned out they all both worked out, but I answered the phone, and there was a young child, could be like a 10-year-old, and he said hello, and I said hello, and he said hello. I said, "Can you hear me?" He said, "Can you hear me?" I said, "I can hear you." I said, "Okay, well then I guess I'll talk to you later." And he goes, "Okay, bye." And I hung up, and that was just a minute ago. Child. And it's from Chicago, Illinois, so he's playing with the phone. He has my number. So that's funny if he starts calling me as a regular. I don't want to talk to a kid. So where's his mama? So anyways, I look, and he had called an hour, sometime I missed. Was it no 17 hours ago he called. So he tried that number again 17 hours ago. My number. It's just a government phone. My mustache is so thick it's like a paintbrush. I need to either get rid of it, but my face is this facial um, numbness. Yeah, it's extending itself. So I just got off the phone with my oncology, and I just went through the most terrible bout expression over the past 24 hours, and I know that I'm still detoxing at the same time taking a new drug that they weren't prepared for. It, one of the symptoms was sudden death syndrome. So here I am again. I can't walk. I was walking yesterday. Now it's so much pain, it's almost impossible to move my hips. So, anyways, I have to register me for hospice. Yeah, because after this round, I'm not taking it any further. Yeah, I'm not taking it any. I'm not going to go through a clinical trial, a real trial, where they don't even know what it's going to do. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's it. It just didn't work. And if you think about, I don't know, the whole processing, the spiritual processing, the biblical processing of it, yeah, it's appropriate. But this is final, and that I should meet him in the air, my own self, my own self. I'm an Aquarius, rising sign. Meet him halfway, and maybe we can take care of this and get a little translation going. Yeah, I realize now that the doctor made a mistake, but not only that, the pharmacy and the whole oncology thing. I have a packet here that's so thick. I never really wanted to go through it because it's so much literature. Most of it's about American Cancer Society. They make it all pompous. They want to show you all these options and all these different things, and it's all very good information, but there's no phone number to anybody except for the like the New Mexico Cancer Society. You're just going to get involved with other people, but for what purpose are they? What can they do for you? So I didn't know what my next step was. What's my next step? I mean, today lunch nearly killed me getting it together. I couldn't do it, but I did it, and it was too much, too much. And now I'm on Mucinex trying to break this up. Yeah, kind of slouched. I should just sit up, but at least the pain is subsiding, with heat pads and things like that. The neuropathy. So yeah, I talked to the nice people at the hospice, and they were really sweet. And they'll have an assessment and come over and meet me, and will assess me. And the thing is, it's the changes that take place. If I can get back on my feet, then it's fine. We'll go to the next round. And if I can get back on my feet and go, But if it's going to hit me like this and throw me over, and eventually one day it's just not going to work anymore, then I need to realize when to stop and say, no, 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 I can't. Endurance. I didn't get over everything before you started everything. And we didn't, and the whole citric acid thing is just a nightmare. Explained it to her. She was like, she doesn't know anything about it because it's a drug they don't utilize. But anyways, she needed them to refer me. I can't refer myself to hospice. You know, weird. Yeah, whatever. I'm the one with the symptoms, and they're the ones with the paperwork. Yeah, yeah. So this Christopher guy is the social worker. What, I met him twice in a year, maybe once, twice, and there's no answer there. Just let us know if you need anything. What do I need? I don't know. A new body? No. I just need the cancer to stop growing and then I can get my health back. And I do have my health because now I have all this weight. This is all nutrition. They warned me, keep up your nutrition and you'll do fine. And I have. And that's probably what helped keep my hair and do all that funky stuff. And I don't know, but when it hits me so hard that nothing helps, it's just too hard to explain. And then the whole relaxation techniques that they talk about, they're great. I use them all the time. I'm glad you came up with them, but I didn't get them from you. My whole body tells me what to do. And then when I speak to the doctor and he's contrary to what I'm saying, because he's doing blood work and I'm doing health, it just, I told them this is going to be the first time that I'm lying to my doctor. All right, nothing wrong. Nothing's wrong. Get me through the treatment. I've now purged the citric acid, and I think the pharmacist are the ones that need to address this because that's a very serious thing. Did they not read that? Did they not know that about this drug that's all those different ingredients could affect it? And then effectively I did affect it. And then effectively it affected me. And so who do you report that to? Well, there's nobody to punish. Nobody's in trouble. It could have been sudden death syndrome and nobody be involved. There's no trouble. You know, there's absolutely no reason for a coroner to even consider a medical examination beyond the truth of the cancer of a person over 60 if it deals with death, because it could be sudden death syndrome due to cancer treatments. But the spiritual end of it, I'm missing out on it. Not really. I mean, this gabapentin I was against, and I knew that it had something to do with anxiety as it did what he's targeting, the pain, he says. It's the only thing I'll have neuropathy. Well, you're talking about my brain. And so I'm talking about my hips, and there's nothing that gabapentin does to my hips. So it does it to my brain. Yeah, and it makes me feel like I'm cut off from the light. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm cut off, but not for myself. No, no, it's for Daniel and all the rest of them, for all those books to fulfill. Truly. So I did a video here in the chair, talking up a storm, and suddenly I opened my eyes, and there was no computer in front of me, nothing but just my legs. And so I was there in a delirium, creating a video, reaching, touching things, reaching for the mouse, doing all those things, and speaking on video that wasn't there. Isn't that weird? Yeah, that is weird. So I did a whole video, and I don't know what it was. It would have been interesting to catch it, but I wonder if it was even English. That's too funny. Yeah, that is too funny. Yeah, I can still do numbers because numbers is just a memorization of truth regarding that number. I feel vibration, and we all do. But when it interprets itself in such a fashion where it speaks, and then the motion is like water running through it. That's what you're looking for. And this gabapentin stuff sort of cut that off. But then I'm on the other treatment too that caused it, the neuropathy. And pain itself is like that. It's like a river, isn't it? The extreme pain can actually put you into a delirium, of spiritual experience. And then, of course, like in the literature, they say always try to get 8 hours sleep. Oh yeah, right. I don't know what that is on it. I don't even know what that is. I haven't had 8 hours sleep. No way. A long time. So, anyways, I'm gonna lie to my doctor, tell him everything's fine. He's the best. You go, you go, you go, girl. And I'm gonna get through this next 2 rounds, 21 days apart, and it ends, and no more, no more, no mas, no more treatments, and from there it's palliative care, if I can make it. But if I have another round of this week, as I did last week, this coming week, there's just no way. I don't know. And I was confused. I thought this week I had a treatment, but I don't have to meet him this week. No, my appointment's next week. So I got confused. So I get confused. I don't know what step to take next. And that's why the nurses need to come every day. And they can start keeping up with it. And we have my pills lined up, and then we can start making sure that I'm taking what I'm taking. And if I'm not taking something that they can offer, because it seems hospice has its own little box of goodies, special goodies, they know how to do that. And not only that is they know how to rub certain areas or touch certain areas, and palliative care, and all of a sudden the pain goes away. They have techniques. And I think I intuitively picked up on them myself because you have to, just like I'm on a heating pad on my lower spine, like constantly. Yeah, wherever I'm sitting or going, I'm gonna pop that in there. I think I'll start taking it to just taking it with me. It's part of my little accoutrement. So, so I thought I'd pick up the computer because I can't walk around the room. Let's see, angle it and show you the angle that I'm at. Yeah, see, this is the angle I'm at. There's the front door. There's a little painting for someone to evaluate as to whether or not it's evil. And then there's the sister, another painting, and there's whether or not it's evil. So it's an example. Evil. Because I go to the couch and sit there and put a couple of things like that. It's very cute. There's a little rock over there. I got up there. Other than that, I found a beautiful clock. A wall clock. Oh, sorry about that. I was probably pointing at the ceiling the whole time. Watch. I'll watch it later and it'll be the ceiling. You got to see the ceiling. I'm sorry. I can't get up and walk. So I can't show you. The house looks nice. And this is a good spot for me here in the corner next to the door. Because, if death should knock, I'll be the first to answer it. Yeah. So today, today's 15th. Yeah, today's 15th. So it'll be a fuller moon tonight. It'll probably be hard to see the comet. I haven't been outside. I can't go outside. I'm neutropenia, and I could get sick. So that's why it's even safer for me to be indoors. Yeah. But I ordered new curtains, so they won't be sheer anymore. These are going to be like a velveteen looking, not lime, more like an, I want to say a spring olive, because it has such a beautiful color. Green. It's like a emeraldine green. That's hard to describe. But here and there, the greens. And the clock I got is this huge, huge, goes, it's for a living. And it's prismed, you know, so it's not just round on the surface. It's not like a cabochon. It's prismed and it's called diamond, and it's in such a blue with l- with these dots of light that are shining, which is a visual effect probably created by you know photographer photographing. I don't want to say photograph because it's not photograph. It's also a digital recreation of a flash of light, and so it looks really cool. It's a big clock, so I can keep time. That's blue. So with the green and the blue, I've completed my little picture up there on the wall. To complete the colors that are in that picture that carried through, that's what inspired the colors. And then I got gold for the dining, nice bright yellow gold, not gold, yellow, I guess, because that would enhance that room. And then for Jeffrey, I got him for his room because he just has the shears in his corner window as the cold just pours in. My windows have heavy coverings in my room, always have. But he doesn't think about those things, so I got him blue. And normally has a maroon bed covering, but it's his the color in his room is called lion's mane, and kind of like a straw. So it's a yellowish orange, and he could have taken that maroon so well as, but it'd be too much the same. And I thought the blue was just so dark, and he doesn't like light. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, he likes it, but he uses it. But anyways, they'll rock in 2 more days. Yeah, so that's cool. I have to show the clock. I had someone come to my site and on my channel and mention that he had issue with some of the trinkets that I've collected. Now this is like a variation of trinkets I've collected over years and years. So I've gone through this before, where I've had a household trinkets and I get rid of them all. Or I burn all my esoteric material. Like I'm a notorious library burner. I will take an entire library and burn it. Send it unto God. Let him read it. Yeah. Anything from astronomy to uh, little booklets of this and math and science and thought and psychology, and then religious bull stuff that mostly it was Jeffrey's library. It was a 30-year library that I destroyed, and it was his library. He wasn't too pleased. So, well, he had to accept how I was being accepted. And magic wands and things like that. I can make you a magic wand, dude. You can wave it around my house. Ain't gonna do nothing. Okay? How silly. I mean, you're taking it a little too far. If he thinks that a Catholic nun teacher is the worst creation that he's ever seen and elicits evil intent in the house. That's kind of spooky, scary clown stuff, isn't it? Yeah, that's spooky, scary clown stuff. I don't do that. I don't do that. Now, I have visions. I've seen my father and my family walk through this house. Literally, I have interacted, I've touched them. I've actually touched them, and then had those experiences of being lifted. And in that realm, beyond this world, and no, I don't worry about stuff like that. I had my encounters as a child tormented by the demonic presence of my own father. Yeah. So I had to live an ordeal of a real demon. And then people make up this stuff of attachments. Now, a house is the body. It's not my house. And then who built it also imbues it and carries through. And that was Mr. Hill. His name was Mr. Gill, but he had to change it to Hill because no one could say it. He was a postman in the 40s. This house has been sitting there since the 40s. It's like predominantly they built this room first, then they attached somehow or another that room, and then attached that room. And each time they did it, they did something different. And it's all collaboration of building blocks of rooms. What a mess. Yeah. So structurally, it's even hard to repair without making more mess touching it. I'd say the name, but what we used to call it is rude. So, yeah, this house will eventually fall down. If the river ever floods, this house would be gone because it turned to mud. It would literally turn to mud. The center block would stand for a while, but then it would fall too. Yeah, that's towards the garage area. Yeah, but it's been enough room and safety for all these years that it's time. It's time, and it's the Jubilee. You know, it's funny that Mary Greeley News was showing Mount Adam, you know, the first Adam, last Adam, and how it's bulging and everything and making all kinds of rumbles. And but we're in a solar maximum and all that. But it's just ironic how the names just keep flowing through. That we find ourselves in the expression of what it is, and we see the Jewish New Year is 5785 now, and Strong's Concordance, or at least the Hebrew Concordance, for 5783. I'm sorry, 5785 says Shaph. No, that was last year. 84 was Shaph. This year's skin, and that relates to Adam. So, you know, sorry, that took a while to get that out. The honey lip is so numb. No, I can't feel that. I can't feel my finger. All of that. And you know, I told you I bit my lip and I was chewing on it with popcorn. Mm-mm. It's finally healing. It didn't. It formed a scab, but it had to fall off because it's so moist. And now it burns. So now it's open wounds. Like a. I have to really want to pay attention. But anyways, oh, I forgot what we were talking about. I did it. Totally flipped. My brain flipped. It took a 100 milligram THC called a honey cap, and that's why it's hitting me like that now. Yeah, it's making me feel good. Yeah, for the moment. So I look forward to hospice coming to interview, and then if they want to set weekly or daily connections, you know, as far as care, home health, change some things, get me in a walker, make sure that I'm walking. But I think that once the drug passes through, I can get up again without any issue and buckling. And see, then I get strong again, and then I get confused because then I don't know where I am as far as in my development. And so I told her this is it. It doesn't work anymore. And I don't know about the opting out. The opting out plan was there. It's there at hospice. And I told him I don't think I need it. I think it's going to be sudden death syndrome. I don't think I'm going to go the long haul because I'm too nutritious and I'm too strong-willed because I'm a hyperactive person. I've always been. So I'm a pusher, 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 even through the pain, even through the worst of it, because I've been alone in pain through different times in my past that were so extreme. There was no one to help, no one but that tiny white light. Yeah, we know what that was all about. The one that lifts you. Yeah, and this whole worry about addiction, I know I keep talking about it. It's silliness, pure silliness. There's a drug that they gave me in the beginning called Pessilon pearls. It has its own name, but everybody has a different name. Easier for them to remember. But I would take a Tessalon pearl, probably once every 6 hours or whatever, in my regimen, just like lining them up, and I never coughed. No, I never coughed at that. But then they took me off of it, and then I coughed, and I said, "Well, I'm coughing now." Tessalon pearls are key to prevent you from coughing. And they go, "Yeah, but it's addictive. It's addictive." Okay, so what? I'm an addict. I'll put it in my addict. And I'm a reach for kind of guy. So I'm going to ask for some again and say that, give me a break. And I'm sure hospice treats me different than oncology. But hospice can't take me until I'm off their therapies, free from their hand. See, there's a hand to hand. So I can't just say, I want the hospice people. They can register me, they can interview me, they can come in the house and meet me, see and assess my needs. Hopefully, they won't meet me in one of my worst states and in more of my happy state, when I'm active. And be prepared for that because Jeff can't handle the very last moments of it. He needs to just be with them too. He needs to be a portion to them, and they can talk to him about what he can do as a caregiver. Yeah, and turn on the music in the background, please, or something. I'm not a music person. I don't like to get stuck on music like that. I don't like music running through me continuously just because I heard someone drive by with the thumpity thumps. I like my own music in my head. But when the pain comes on, it's quiet and there's no one there. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I need to surround myself with things that I love. And of course, they say, eat what you love. Well, not anymore. They don't tell you that. I mean, it's all good information that they give you, but you got to wonder, where's the actual experience? Where is the actual experience? Who went through this? Are they alive? My God, they must be, or else you couldn't get approval. I don't know. I should hope their happy lives are going, but I don't know. Yeah, how funny. Indeed. So, we're the 10, 15, 10, 15. It's the 10 with the 8 that makes the 9. So the end time spirit is what it's saying. I say a patch of one eye, but it's the end. Uh, Beyond the 10 is the 11, which is the balance of the two ones. So the 9 in its completion, 10 in its end. Do you get that? Okay. So the 10 is the end, and then the 8 is the time, the year, 2024. end time spirit, the nine. Upon the day, cows jump up here, the 15, the six, the man. So bringing up Mount Adam, that's what we were talking about, a different thing. And then Adam was given 120 Jubilee years, which equates to 6,000 years. And Almighty Yah should cut these days short because we're at 5785. So we need to cut these days short, if but to save the elect. The elect's sake, well, it's you would, well, I guess in our condition, we should hope we can save the elect, the elected officials who are going to be hired, those that are desired, those who are required to make corrections for the restoration. The destruction portion has been done for most of us. Yeah, for most of us. That's why I'm fully convinced that this is Jubilee and that we didn't get to clean the vines. Look at my yard. And they did, we allowed it to go fallow for the whole year. We did. And now we're in the Jubilee and we're going to be, everything's going to be returned unto us. Well, if I should go to heaven, or if I should go to the spirit realm, all my treasures are there. Yeah, I had a dream about that, sort of like a vision. I went to my part, mansion, 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 you know how it goes. People have wonderful houses, and they had a lot of things. And mine was a plot that had a lazy boy chair. It did. It was open air. Everybody else was stuffed in their house with all their things. And mine was a lazy boy chair, a little square plot, like in a neighborhood. Like, this is your house. You just set the chair there. Isn't that funny? Yeah, that was a vision I had. So that's what I've stored in heaven because of my purchases that I made. Now, I never had money for all these years. I couldn't buy $200 worth of curtains to fill this house. And these curtains are so old. These shears were in when we moved in. They were the ones left here. And see, Jeff's so cheap with that. He's like, oh, they're fine. Okay, I don't think they match the walls. They let the light in. That's all. It's so cool. It's cool. But I like to decorate. But I could never have fathomed, that I could get that many curtains and to be able to throw that money down because I don't care about it. And this guy was over $800. Yeah, you'd think it'd have a motor or electronics in this day and age. But I'm glad it doesn't. I'm glad it doesn't. It's just old-fashioned little hand clicker adjustments. Put me in my position. Yeah, that's fine with me and it's comfortable. That's all palliative. That's perfect. So yeah, so anyways, this is my video today. And so that end time spirit on the day, the 15, which is the 6, that expresses the atom. It it becomes itself, right? Yeah. How about that? Yeah, it's the 6. Today's number 6 day, right? Let me count it out. 1 and 8 is a 9, and a 9 and a 6 is a 6. See how my brain's working? That's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. And it makes me wonder what video I was creating. And I wish it was recorded, and I wish I had closed my eyes and just start talking and just talk, 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 and all of a sudden look up and then turn it off and then listen. And then I don't know what I would hear. Probably something shocking. Yeah, who knows? That was very strange. It's like a lucid dream. And I was reaching and touching, and then when I opened my eyes, there was nothing there, just a blanket. Huh, bizarro. But that's part of the neuropathy, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm still confused as to not only being hit so hard, but by the drug. And it's because I had the acid, citric acid. It separated the drug, and the drug increased its effectiveness, its toxicity against me. That's what happened. I am so lucky. Every time I'm lucky. It seems like with everything from the very beginning was lucky, 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 lucky catching it. Yeah, but then I ran over lucky. When I was out at Gary Beeson's house in La Mesa taking care of that property, 106 acres, and I lived in a mansion for free. And that's what helped. The 20 months that I worked for free helped Jeffrey pay for this house. That's what he did. He moved in with me. He had no bills. And for once, he can take every single paycheck and put it aside. And he did it for 20 months. He was so diligent. Didn't spend dime, or we tried not to. And then in the end, he had all the money that he needed to make his down payments to make his selection. And then he took me out and we started looking at houses. And we found 7 different houses that we tried to close on. And this is the only one that would allow us to have it. Because they manipulate you. So he spent about 120,000 to live here. I don't know if it's paid off yet. You think after all these years it would be. He's really good about his bills. Jeff is really good about everything. I have to forgive him for I have to forgive him for everything. That was the hardest part. I would have rather run away. I was so upset at the things that he did that I had to discover that he admitted to, thinking that I had overcome it to the point where I misunderstood what was happening. No, I didn't misunderstand. So it was so hard on me, I just rather run away. And I would run away right now if I could, just to be alone because it doesn't. And the connection part, I'm not getting enough. Well, I'm putting too much on him, and I would rather be alone. Of course, meet with people who get paid to do that sort of thing. Hospice people who are nursing, people who thrive to take care of someone through that thing. Not someone that would rather just shut the machine off and walk away. So now I'm emotional, where other people are more emotional. Yeah, I got teary eyed today. The lady, the girl on the phone, she was so sweet. I said, "Oh, come on." I said, when she was thinking, "Oh, how dire." I said, "Dire is an understatement." But the fact is I can laugh, and I'm feeling okay right now for the moment. There's no attacks. I went through all my attacks this morning. It took me all the way till right now. This is that 100 milligram THC. That's what it is. You ain't fooling us. You addict. You ain't fooling us. Yeah, so the number 6 day is a day of man. Gomez means man, so that's so funny. That's my doctor's name. But it would be family and nurturing, and it would represent the heart in its capacity. But don't get confused with Saturn. So it represents anything that expands outwardly. Yeah, anything that expands. So money grows, expands outwardly. Investments, money, family nurturing. There's some other attributes you can call a 6. Now, the six has a good emotion base for relationships, whereas the nine has an emotion base of spirit. Show you what you are. So the spirit upon six, the nine six, create that six is what it's doing. What it's doing, revealing the nature of. But do I know the nature of man? Do I know enough of the nature of man to recognize him? Yeah, I think so. It's like a voice inside you, and it reaches to the grave, and it wants to take a switch. It wants to pull something out and place itself in, so that all things are given, forgiven. Yeah, all things are forgiven. It's time to forgive all things because it's expansion. Outward like the number six. Now, my experience with the purchases that I just did, that certainly does reveal the nature of the six, but I just made my purchases yesterday. I'm just surprised they're shipping so fast. But we're going to get this big Arctic blast across America in the western side, downward, all the way. So, any Guatemalans out there, run. It's going to be cold. And I don't know what's going on over there. It's going to be storms for the rest of the time. That's just terrible. If we could just have a little bit of rain, I would really appreciate it. This is truly a place of witnesses, where the rains are held back. What, fire should fall inside of men? Well, isn't that asteroid just falling inside of our eyes? It's actually being pushed out. It changed its polarity as an asteroid, and now it's a comet. Yeah, the tail pushes away from the sun. That's the direction it's being pushed, but it's doing it in an arc. So that's why it tails on an arc. Yeah, the sun that makes the tail. So it changed its polarity. Yeah. Just wonder when we change our polarities, we'll be flying. Flying. I'm sorry, I'm so numb. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You wreck yourself. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done talking. I shared enough, right? I haven't been watching the news, haven't been watching anybody's videos. I wait for Bated Breath with Psychic Zones by V. That's always so much fun. And so I just get connected. Can't help it. Yeah, it just connects me. And then there's nothing else to talk about, right? It is nice to talk about. And I do appreciate it. Even the suggestions. Although the guy with the issue of my decor is a little strange. I hope that goes through. I don't know what it'll look like. Okay, I load this now. See what happens. Show you the ceiling right. So have a nice number six day. And then tomorrow comes the seven. Tomorrow's a 7 day. It has a 16. And then that seven is internal. It's a graduation. And I'm ready to graduate. I am. I'm ready to graduate and accept the care routine that they have to offer versus the oncologist. Yeah. But I have to stop his modality if I want to do that. But it all depends on what happens this next week. And he may not even want to infuse me if my white blood count isn't up. No, because we messed up. We messed up. And we can stop this and we can give me 4 to 6 weeks to recover, get back on it, uh, citric acid free. But I am now. and citric acid free now. So shouldn't take too long to purge. Yeah, I think I got it under control. I said that yesterday, but then I got attacked all night and then all morning. Yeah, I was so glad when I saw Jeff at for lunchtime. I could have just screamed. And it wasn't that he could do anything for me other than he could do things. Take care of cleaning it all up, feeding the cats, and then just leaving me here in the chair. I hate that, but that's how it is. And that's how it is. So enjoy. It's cool. I'm fine. I think I'm a pretty strong guy. And I love food and people and I love flowers. I think of flowers. And I would love rain. I love rain, rain, rain. Makes me so jealous to be in such a dry place. You know, and to have so many dreams that I had wanted to fulfill for so, so very long. When I should have just walked toward them instead of be so fearful. You know, I should have. Okay, bye. This is wrong. Bye.